All right, I just wanted to review again this problem. There's a problem here on Facebook that's really it's not that difficult. It was a problem that I saw here. This is one's from Jenny and Nick's Brain Teasers, but it's 25 plus 25 times 0 plus 2. And one of the things I run into a lot is people will misinterpret this problem. And every once in a while, I'll see someone, make a comment that, with all these exercises, it's not the math order of doing something. Like this person says, it's the potential misinterpretation. Well, yes, there could be a potential misinterpretation if somebody doesn't understand the order of operations, or if the person that wrote this meant something other than what's written here. I mean, there's no way to know that. There's no way to know if this person meant to add 25 plus 25, and maybe they meant to put parentheses around 25 plus 25, and then that gives you 50, and then 50 times 0 is 0, and then you add 2, and you get 2 as a final result. There's no way of us knowing if that person meant to write it exactly as it is. The only thing that we can do is when we look at a problem like this, we have to look at it objectively and assume that the person writing it understood what they meant. Now, of course, if you're building a bridge, building a rocket ship, you're building a skyscraper, you're not going to just make assumptions. You're going to check, you're going to double check, you're going to say, Roger that, you're going to confirm things. I get that. That's a whole different story. But when these problems basically are put on Facebook really just to test your knowledge of the order of operations and whether you understand them or not. And I see where a lot of people unfortunately don't. A lot of times they don't understand that 25 times 0 actually has precedence. And, you will see things through the comments here, like, unfortunately with this individual, yeah, I mean, you could put parentheses around the 25 times 0, and hopefully people would understand that. I mean, the whole point of this exercise is not to just tell people to put parentheses around it. I would rather people understand what multiplication means, what division means, what addition means, and what subtraction means. Because if you know what those things mean, it makes sense. You don't have to just say, well, you just magically put parentheses around something. Because there are people who are getting... I've seen people actually think the answer is 100, but then what they're doing is they're putting parentheses around, the 25. They're adding their own parentheses in, which doesn't make sense either. You can't change the problem. And really, it's really, parentheses are not really required in this case. And that's really what the test is about. Like, someone actually had posted that they thought the answer could be 100. But what they're doing is they're putting parentheses around 25 plus 25, and then putting another set of parentheses around 0 plus 2. Well, of course, 25 plus 25 would be 50, as you see here, and then 50 times 2 would be 100. So, but that's a whole different problem. You're changing the problem. You really can't just put parentheses wherever you wish in a problem, and I think that's the point. And so the only point of this whole exercise is just to understand that the order of operations applies here. And I mentioned that you just really can't simply add parentheses wherever you wish. The only parentheses that really are redundant, would be if you put parentheses around the 25 times 0. If 25 plus 25 times 0 plus 2 is the same thing as 25 plus, and then you could put parentheses around the 25 times 0, but there's really no difference between those two expressions. So I'm hoping that's clear with people, but we'll see.